cognitive information processing theory is what we use to address aspects of a career choice. And like you can see in the diagram, it is in form of a pyramid where the base is the broadest because it is and it requires to be a strong foundation. Knowing about myself and knowing about my options is always the strongest foundation, and that has to be there. Maximum time needs to be spent on that one, because if this is sorted, the others become so much easier. So again, knowing about myself, my interests, my personalities, the area of opportunities that I might want to be working with, what appeals to me, all of that is about myself. Interestingly, as teachers, no matter how young they are, as long as we can encourage our students to think about themselves in a very individual manner. What about this do you like? What about this did it make you angry about? In fact, no matter at what age, when we are dealing with students, we need to encourage them to think about themselves in a very individual manner, about what angers them, what makes them laugh, what makes them really work hard, what kind of a teacher makes them study for that subject more. Because these are the starting points of understanding self. It doesn't always have to be a personality test when you are in class 11, It starts from there, from class 1 sometimes, from class 5. So try and find ways of encouraging self-exploration. Because like you can see, it is one of the strongest points that we need to have to make choices. Knowing about my options. What are the career options that I have? What are the colleges that are available? What might be the path that I want to go? Like, for example, if you are keen on, if the student is very good in, say, drawing, there could be a lot of pathways with which the child can be pursuing a profession in drawing. It could be graphics, it could be animation, it could be fine arts, it could be visual communication, painting, so many. So it is not only just the act of drawing, it is the creativity of it, which can be again used in advertising as well. Just an example. So these are all the options that we need to have the students consider aspects of a career choice. Moving up in the pyramid, we come about how I make decisions. Again, it goes back to self-exploration as to what are those things, what are those factors that influence the choices that a student can make. Where is he coming from? Geographically, in value systems, economically. Where are they coming from? Their backgrounds does influence how a person will make a decision. And finally, the top of the pyramid is to evaluate what I have thought about. To think about my decisions in a very objective manner, so that if I have to change course, it is easy for me to do a course correction. I might want to go back to the bottom of the pyramid all over again to understand why and how I can do that. But this is a cycle that keeps going on. In fact, it's a very interesting exercise where you might want to consider this about your own self. Because self-exploration about self, to know how you have made your choices, to know how you are thinking about the choices that you've made, makes you more empathetic and understanding of the procedures and processes that might be involved in somebody else making those choices. And as a career guidance expert, that is a very important factor that we need to keep in awareness for ourselves as we're dealing with students. All these aspects about career choices that we are talking about right now, that we know that others will be considering, are something that we need to consider for our own selves. And as career guidance experts, it becomes very important for us to be aware of this, because only then will we know what are the procedures or processes that go on in our own minds, in the others' minds, as they are making these choices. So figure it out for yourself also. Know what is important for you. Know the options that are available for you. Know how you've made your decisions. And finally, think about the decisions that you have made. and understand and realize the processes that are going on. It makes us more empathetic as we meet people who are going through the same processes in our journey of being a career guidance expert.